This program is brought to you by generous donations from the community and sponsored by Stifel Financial.
Good evening and welcome to this edition of Nevada County Now. I'm your host, Lynn Forbes. Tonight's episode is going to look a little different than usual, and you'll notice that we are revamping the format. We have a couple of special guests and a lot to cover. Don't go away. We'll take a short sponsor break and we'll be right back.
Thank you to Stifel Financial, proudly helping individuals pursue financial goals, businesses and organizations raise and protect capital, and communities offer a higher quality of life. To learn more, visit www.stifel.com.
Tonight we are joined by our community's very own Paul Haas. Many of you know Paul as one of the broadcasters from KNCO, and others may know him as the town crier of Grass Valley's Cornish Christmas and his famous call of "Oi, oi, oi." Tonight, Paul will be my co-pilot, and he will be presenting a bit of the news. But first, let's find out more about the man who is so much a part of Christmas in Nevada County. Paul, it's so nice to have you here.
It's nice
We're going to have some fun.
I think we will.
Okay, so, have you always been into bells? I mean, what's the deal with the bells?
No, I haven't always been into bells, but I do have a big one now.
Yes.
And that was when I was appointed to be town crier by the California Cornish Cousins and representatives here in Grass Valley. Eleanor Kennitzer, who is the retiring director of the Grass Valley Cornish Carol Choir.
Right.
Presented,
on the stairs in front of the, whatever that name.
The Union Building.
Union Building, yes.
Presented me with the bell, she and Howard Levine, who was mayor at the time, and turned me loose.
And that was quite 10 years?
That's been over 10 years now.
Yeah.
So
how fun.
It is. It has been a lot of fun. And you got the oi, oi, oi part, and that's a call and response, a typical Cornish call and response, where the caller would go, "Augie, Augie, Augie," and the response is, "Oi, oi, oi." And Augie means pasty.
Oh.
Yeah. And so some people will say that you can use it either way. It can be a derogatory or a negative term and response, depending upon the tone, or it can be a celebratory one and response. And we use it more for celebration.
You know a lot about Cornish history, and I know you've visited Cornwall and know a lot. Maybe next time we can, dig into our history, Grass Valley's history.
Absolutely.
Via Cornwall. That would be fun.
That would be a lot of fun.
Okay, don't go away. We'll take a short commercial break, and we'll be right back with Paul and the news.
From the foothills of the Sierra Nevada, a new hero will emerge. One who is ready. One who makes sure their friends and family are set. And has the power to go at a moment's notice. This fire season, you're the hero. We are Ready Nevada County.
Good evening, Nevada County. I'm happy to be here. 2025 was a good year at Penn Valley Fire Auxiliary Thrift Shop. Net sales shattered the previous record, and at the recent Penn Valley Fire Protection District Board meeting, Auxiliary President Bambi Flanagan presented them with a check in the whopping amount of $300,000. This is the largest check to date, and it represents the hard work and dedication from so many people. The Penn Valley Fire Auxiliary is a 501c3 nonprofit that operates 100% of the volunteers to staff the thrift shop. Some have been volunteering for more than 40 years. Fire Chief Don Wagner extended his gratitude to the volunteers and community, reminding everyone that the auxiliary is necessary and deeply appreciated. He commented, "When our new fire truck arrives in the next week or so, we will again thank our fire auxiliary, ambulances, fire engines, water tenders, command vehicles, rescue units, everything with wheels has been paid for with funding from the Penn Valley Fire Auxiliary." The Penn Valley Fire Protection District encompasses 92 square miles and currently provides full advanced life support staffing for 3 fire stations, including Rough and Ready Station of 59. Chief Wagner added, "We get from one end of the district to the other an apparatus purchased by sales from items of 50 cents and $1. They really add up. This story is proof that a little can make a difference." And after a thoughtful and highly competitive recruitment process, the City of Nevada City is pleased to announce the appointment of Carrie J. Wright as its next city manager. She'll be formally introduced at tonight's City Council meeting and begin her service on March 1st. Wright replaces former Nevada City Manager Sean Grayson, who mutually parted ways with the city in September of 2025. Wright brings more than 2 decades of experience in public service, local government, and organizational leadership. Upon her appointment, Wright has said, "I'm honored by the opportunity to serve Nevada City as city manager. This is a community with a deep sense of history and connection, and I see my role as a steward for the city, supporting the great work already underway, listening closely, and helping the city thoughtfully prepare for the future while caring for what makes Nevada City special." Mayor Adam Klein addressed Wright's selection by saying, "We're excited to welcome Carrie to Nevada City. She brings a strong understanding of how cities function day to day and a genuine appreciation for our community. The council is confident she'll be a supportive partner to staff and a careful steward of the city as we plan for what's ahead. I'm looking forward to working with her." The City Council also extended its sincere gratitude to Joan Philippe, who stepped in as interim city manager for the second time to support the transition. We will continue to follow Carrie Wright's leadership and hopefully get her into the studio soon. Don't go away. We'll take a short commercial break and be right back.
Hello, I'm Marcia Salter and a member of the Rotary Club of Grass Valley. When I joined Rotary 17 years ago, I wanted to serve my community, but I had no idea just how meaningful that decision would become. Over the years, Rotary has given me opportunities to make a real difference right here at home. Whether it's supporting local families, helping our youth thrive, or partnering with schools and organizations that make our community such a special place. But what has kept me here for 17 years is the people. Rotary has surrounded me with friends, leaders, and problem solvers who care deeply about this community. Together, we create lasting change by uniting people through connection and action. If you ever thought about getting involved and making a difference in our community, I invite you to check out our club or any of the other clubs in our area. Come visit, meet us, see where you fit. You might just discover, like I did, that Rotary becomes one of the most rewarding parts of your life. gvrotary.org.
Welcome back. And back in June of 2025, at the direction of the Board of Supervisors, the Economic Development Office began exploring the feasibility of an optional business license for the unincorporated parts of the county. At this week's Board of Supervisors meeting, Community Development Agency Director Tricia Tillotson presented information for the establishment of an optional 3-year pilot business license program.
The program is intentionally structured as an optional pilot. It allows the county to test the value of a business license program, gather data, and hear directly from businesses before any long-term decisions are made. This is intentionally designed to be light touch. Participation is voluntary, fees are modest, and the pilot structure gives the board an off-ramp if the program doesn't deliver value. It's important that we emphasize this program is not businesses are not required to participate, and this is not new regulatory or enforcement mechanism.
This program addresses the needs from lenders and contractors as well as grant programs who often expect a business to have a business license. Lisa Swarthout, Board Supervisor Chairperson, commented, "Anything we can do to make it better for our business community is good." She also went on to say that there was a typo in the union. The program is $50 a year, not $5,000, and that it is a voluntary program. This passed with a yes vote, 5-0. And for the past 25 years, the Tibetan monks of the historic Gaden Shartse Monastery in South India have visited Nevada County for their annual Sacred Arts of Tibet tour. This is hosted by the Sierra Friends of Tibet. They will be in the area for a bit more than 2 weeks with an opening ceremony on Friday, January 23rd at 6 p.m. at the Banner Community Grange on McCourtney Road in Grass Valley. They'll be creating sand mandalas, offering blessings, teachings, and healing rituals. There'll also be Dharma talks at various local venues. For more information, you can visit sierrafriendsofTibet.net/events. So that's been a number of our stories for the past week. What do you think of the news, Lynn?
Well, have you been to one of the Tibetan monks' events in the past?
I have. I've seen the mandalas, and it's amazing. And what just blows my mind is that once they create it, they don't hesitate to wipe it clean as well.
Yeah.
And that just blows my mind.
It's like people who do sandcastles at the beach in competitions, and then they, just let all that work and then let the waves just come and wash it away.
Yeah, but letting the waves wash it away is a little
different.
Yeah, a little different than just doing it yourself.
Yeah,
So.
I've only gone once, and I figured I need all the blessings I can get. So I enjoyed it. It was really interesting.
They also do a nice event where they bless the animals as well.
Oh, I got to bring my puppies. Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you, Paul, for being my co-host tonight.
You're welcome.
That was really fun.
Lynn. Thank you.
Great job. Don't go away. We'll take a short commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Sometimes love and friendship can blossom in the most unexpected places. Meet Frank and Vita. Both of their spouses passed away while on our service. They met while volunteering on the Hospice of the Foothills Board of Directors. Their journey wasn't easy, but they found comfort and support from the caring staff at Hospice of the Foothills. Today, Frank and Vita support Hospice of the Foothills through shopping and donating at our local thrift stores. By volunteering and being community ambassadors for our mission to provide compassionate end-of-life care for patients, families, and the community. Hospice of the Foothills, your community nonprofit hospice since 1979.
Are you looking for a unique hands-on experience for your group? Nevada County Media offers field trips for all ages that inspire creativity and curiosity. Explore the world of media production. Learn about live production, animation, podcasting, and more. Our field trips are perfect for schools, clubs, friend groups, or organizations who want to have fun learning new skills while learning teamwork. Schedule your field trip today by visiting nevadacountymedia.org. Discover, create, and have fun with Nevada County Media.
Thousands of people took to the streets in cities around the world this week, and our community was no exception. Individuals from the community gathered to voice their concern over a recent surge in violence, not only from around the region, but other parts of the nation. According to some demonstrators, the protests are driven by frustration over what is described as a growing cycle of violence and a lack of effective action to prevent further loss of life. And many people say they are scared and are making their voices heard, demanding change, as witnessed in these rallies. In other news, Nevada County is preparing its budget for the upcoming fiscal year, a months-long process that determines how public dollars are spent on services like public safety, roads, health, and social programs. Nevada County operates on a fiscal year that runs from July 1st through June 30th. The budget process begins early in the year when the Board of Supervisors sets policy priorities that guide county spending. By late spring, a proposed or tentative budget is released to the public. In June, the Board of Supervisors holds public hearings, giving residents an opportunity to weigh in on spending priorities. Last year's approved budget came in at roughly $415 million. Spending priorities included emergency preparedness, economic development, broadband, housing, homelessness, recreation, and climate resilience. This month, the Nevada County Board of Supervisors will hold a 3-day workshop on January 28th through the 30th at the Gold Miners Inn in Grass Valley. The workshop is open to the public. Don't go away. We'll take a short commercial break and we'll be right back with tonight's guest.
Nestled in the heart of Northern California, Nevada County is home to some of the finest cannabis in the world. The Nevada County Cannabis Alliance, a nonprofit trade association whose mission is to provide advocacy, education, and opportunities for connection, is here to support local farmers, businesses, and enthusiasts who are shaping the future of cannabis with sustainability, innovation, and care. The Cannabis Alliance advocates for just and equitable local policies and state legislation. From seed to sale, they ensure that our community thrives, honoring the craft, the land, and the people who make it all possible. Nevada County Cannabis Alliance. Growing community. Growing quality. Growing Nevada County. Learn more at Nevada County. CannabisAlliance.org.
Erin Mettler has been Nevada County's County Executive Officer, Chief Fiscal Officer since July 2024. She has served as the county's Health and Human Services Chief Fiscal and Administrative Officer since 2020 and has 23 years of experience in managing budgets and programs in local government. Welcome back, Erin. It's nice to have you in the studio again.
Thanks, Lynn.
So this is kind of the show.
This is the start of the show.
Yeah. So it's intense from now through June when you wrap things up and we finalize the budget. But you've been working for months before on preparing for this stage of the budget process. Can you kind of explain how that all goes?
Sure. I mean, in my office, budget is a year-round process.
Right.
We're always looking at where our numbers are at,
right?
What new regulations are coming through, what are proposed, how are they going to impact Nevada County. And so, while this is our crunch time, as we like to call it, it really is a year-round process where we're creating lists and checklists and updating documents, really trying to improve the process.
Right. And as far as the scary part last year was you weren't sure how the federal cuts were going to impact us. And indeed they have. Mainly on health and behavioral services, I'm sure, and grants and so on and so forth. You can get into a little more detail about that. But how big a factor is that now with this new budget process?
Yeah, I mean, it's still definitely something we're paying attention to, and it's also still something that we don't have concrete numbers for.
Yeah.
A lot of
God forbid.
Right, the bill that was passed last January had a rollout process. And so over the next 3 years, we will continue to see various cuts and levels of impact, and each year will look a little bit different. So right now, we just received the state's budget proposal last week, and that did indicate some change in how the state would be funding their portion of our health safety net programs. And so we're right now working on that piece of data. How does that impact our residents? And also, how can the county best support the residents knowing that bit of information? So still a little bit early to kind of predict how it's going to overall impact our budget process for the year. But that's something that we continue to meet on. And as data becomes available, we're nimble.
Right, because I know last year you were ready. I mean, you didn't know how it was going to go, but you had planned for something to happen.
Yeah, and really, that is part of budgeting. Budgeting is a plan, and plans are meant to be a little bit nimble and able to flex based on the current status.
Right, I'd be so bad at that, I have to tell you. It's a good thing you have your job. So can you tell us about, so we went over a little bit about the priorities that were in the 25-26 budget. Will those change this year?
That's what the workshop is going to tell us in 2 weeks. So the board meets over a 2.5-day, 3-day period, and they get updates on their current priority objectives, is what we call them. And then they make determinations as to whether any of them should drop off because the work has been done or completed to a point where it becomes routine, and also identify any new initiatives.
Other priorities.
New priorities can come online during this time.
Right. Can you tell me, the majority of, a vast amount of the budget are salaries or personnel expenses.
Yes.
Right? Just a reality. And the county has been criticized quite vigorously in the past number of years about the amount, couldn't come up with the right word, the amount of salaries and how certain people are being paid. Do you expect that to be a problem this year?
I don't expect that to be a problem. We are in a period of time where we have very few bargaining units that are up for negotiation.
As far as unions and such go?
Correct. And so really that dictates how our salary spending will change year to year. What does change each year is the amount the benefits cost, healthcare.
And pensions?
Pensions do change year to year quite frequently, but really that all gets factored in at the very beginning of the budget because it is such a large part of our funding. And really we're funding positions that are required to carry out the services. And so that is a chief focus.
Right.
But I don't expect it to change. I think we will probably see less new positions being added in the upcoming fiscal year because we've reached a point where we can sustain what we have and we also probably cannot grow any faster.
Right. And there are vacancies. I mean, I see the county vacancies as maybe not so much paid positions, although there are some that are hard to fill here.
Sure. There's definitely some, especially our public safety jobs, and that's seen, that's a nationwide trend in public safety in particular. But we actually run a very low vacancy rate as compared to other counties.
Okay.
Our vacancy rate is roughly 5 to 7%, depending on which department you're talking about.
Right.
So while we do see recruitments often, and there's always new jobs coming online and going offline, that really does average out over the year to below 10% for sure.
Interesting. Okay. And with the total budget last year of $415.5 million, do we think that will budge at all for the new budget cycle?
It will increase. A large part of that $415 million is grant funds.
I see.
Project-specific funding. So as our capital projects cycle through from design to completion, that number does change.
Right.
This current year, we had 3 bridge replacement projects that were all 3 in the millions of $10 millions of dollars.
Sure.
And so we expect those to fluctuate a little bit, and as they roll off, new projects roll on. So I would expect to see a higher budget, probably not 500,000 or 500 million just yet.
Right.
But definitely higher than the 415.
And one more kind of sticky question. In 2010, there was a recession, and I know the county was, dancing as fast as it could to meet that challenge. And one of the options, or rather, one of the solutions was to partner with nonprofits who could take on some of the burden, for instance, of healthcare, mental health services, and so on. Do you anticipate that happening again in the 26-27 budget?
So that hasn't changed. We still do partner with nonprofit and we call them community-based organizations to do some of the services that we need that are specialized skills, or they're able to do it more cost-effective than the county can. And so that always is in the budget.
So it's an outsource, basically. Got it.
Yeah, and there's a pretty good hybrid. I would say a large part is within our Health and Human Services Agency budget.
Makes sense.
But there are some contracts in our Community Development Agency that are architects, engineers, those more technical jobs that are cyclical and project specific.
Right, and
we don't have enough work to keep them on full time, but we do need that expertise.
Right, that makes sense. Okay, well, thank you. Well, we'll look for good luck first off.
Thank you.
With the next few months for you, and we'll look forward to hearing how it all susses out, because I know things are very tentative, and it's a very important part of what the county does.
Very dynamic.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Erin.
Thanks.
Happy New Year. Well, folks, thank you for watching this edition of Nevada County Now, your choice for local news brought to you by locals. We'd love your ideas about the show, or if you would like to be a guest or contribute as a host, writer, or producer, please email your ideas and suggestions to news@nevadacountyca.gov. And please help us spread the word about Nevada County Now. Together, we can keep our community informed. Until next time, have fun getting out there to explore all our community has to offer. Good night.